this is the time where everything should just chill. They should just let their records manifest and be big, and let bygones be bygones and keep getting money. I don't think neither one of them want to stop the money though. So I think both of them moving smart and cautious.
Okay, well said. Now, it's been proven that their catalogs also have gone up since this beef. Like their back catalogs are going crazy. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So with that, they're definitely also getting some money.
Right.
But you foot stomped on a point, man. And it's a horrible point, but Drake's house had recently got shot up. So it looks like some things are taking place in the streets. And do you think, like, just personally, and I don't want you to actually, let me rephrase this question because I don't want it to sound too police, but like, my feeling is I doubt Kendrick Lamar has anything to do with something that happens in Toronto. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you feel that's a result of the beef, or it might not be a result of anything doing with the beef?
I think that's just the energy of everything that's going on. I think the energy of the beef, it's just energy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, energy is like, you know, when you put that energy out there in the universe answers with, you know, reciprocates that energy. So I just think it was just that energy. Motherfuckers done. People like thinking, you know what I'm saying?
And it led to somebody being shot. Actually, a security guard at Drake's house had been shot. And what's crazier is a week before.
Nonsense. Yeah. It's just dumb and nonsense. I don't think it's no room for that in the game no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, especially at the level these cats are playing at and how much money, like you talked about, that they're getting, right?
Right.
Because I don't know. Tell me if you believe this is cap or not. But some major news outlets have reported that Drake's deal alone with Universal was something like $400 million.
He said he got a loan from him?
No, like his deal was worth $400 million. So for almost like a 360 deal, his likeness, his all audio and visual representation was paid for $400 million back in 2022.
And that's a great move. If you ask me, I mean, somebody that can keep producing great music and keep producing great music for others, I think shit, that ain't dumb, you know?
Yeah, because there's always been a rumor of the Drake stimulus package and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that's not a rumor. I think that's true. I think you dial into Drake when you want that big sound and you want that big record. You dial into Chris Brown when you want that big sound and that big record and that Chris Brown sound and that Drake sound. So yeah, it definitely is a stimulus package. It's a Brisco stimulus package too.
Okay. So man, let's actually segue out of that into some more of your career, man. Now, you yourself have been on some huge projects, Grammy nominated and all. So you had a feature on the album on the Carter 3. Now, as a standout act on the Carter 3, how did you feel about the success of the Carter 3? I mean, which is widely acclaimed as a hip hop classic album and one of the highest selling albums from Lil Wayne ever, right?
Right.
What was that experience like?
I mean, it was all that was surreal, man. Dream come true. Like I said, I always wanted to be a hot boy. I always wanted to be signed to Cash Money, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So by me getting signed to them, I'm in the studio with Wayne. We just chilling and working and, you know, vibing. And Ian walks in, Busta Rhymes. Busta Rhymes grabs a pen and a pad. I hit his beat. David Banner did this beat. He just sent to Wayne, and it's David Banner beat. It's called La 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 La. So, you know, Wayne hears it twice before Wayne walks in the booth. He's like, "Hey, Briz, write to this." You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Oh, so Lil Wayne signaled to you, letting you know, hey, this you.
Yeah, get in, write to this. So Buster write and I write. As soon as Wayne finished, I write so fast. I go in the studio and I lay my verse. Buster lay his verse. Man, the very next week, we getting ready to do the Carter 3 tour. You know what I'm saying? And they called me and told me I'm on the record. You know what I'm saying? So that just was like so big for me, man. I just was living off that high, being on tour with Cash Money and being on that Carter 3 tour.
Now, what's crazy is the Carter 3 did 423,000 copies the first day of sales. The opening day of sales went on to do 1 million copies in its first week. Like, that was crazy numbers. You know what I mean? So at that time, you're on this album and you're on a song with a legend, Busta Rhymes, and another legend, Lil Wayne. Right. What's that got to feel like for a young cat at the time, man? This is insane.
I mean, I was granted that my ego and where my pen was, you know, ain't nobody could tell me shit. I was in the room with Wayne. I'm from Opelika, Florida. You know what I'm saying? So me being in the room with Wayne was one thing. Busta Rhymes walking in, knowing who I was a whole nother thing. And just being sandwiched in on that song by them greats, man, I counted all joy, man, because, you know, I stood up to I stood out stood in the paint and I stood out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it definitely was nerve-wracking, but you know, I was on some other shit. I was on a whole nother level of arrogance. And I was groomed up, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I accepted that challenge.
Nah, well, that's amazing, man. Now at that point, you are already raking up plaques, right? So what does it feel like to get your first gold or platinum plaque? And what song did you get your first gold or platinum plaque from or album?
I think it was Rick Ross, the Alma G. You know what I'm saying? That album went plat. That album went gold. I got the first gold from that. And then you know that Wayne, I got that plaque so fast. That was like the fastest plaque I ever got with Wayne. Went 1 million, went platinum in that week. You know what I'm saying? So, man, the plaques just been rolling in, man. Everything I've been on, been successful, man. I just thank God for all my success and everything.
Nah, that is wild, man. So, like, for somebody who's a rapper who's just starting out, has big dreams and things like that, you know, for them, looking at your career is like a dream. You know, it's like a dream career. You know what I mean? So for you to actually be living in that and riding that ride, people would love to hear that perspective. So you get your first couple of plaques. Where are you living at the time when all this is going on?
I mean, that night I met Wayne, my life changed that day. I moved out of Opelika. I was staying in the Back Blues at the time. I moved out that motherfucker, went to Miramar, got me a nice little spot. You know what I'm saying? With the mother of my first son, man. We were just out there. It was just me and Bonnie, and I was just on tour. You know what I'm saying? Just moving around. You feel me? Just moving around, trying to prove myself. You know what I'm saying?
Now you said when you first got put on the La La record from the Carter 3, you guys immediately went on tour, right? So all this is happening relatively fast, huh?
Of course.
Wow.
I mean, I was signed. I'll say I was in talks of signing, and I signed my deal right before we went on the tour.
Okay. So you sign your deal, you're jumping on classic albums, you're doing all this. Life is that. Did you get a second to breathe, man?
No. Still, no. I think me going to prison was my time to chill. I never got a breather.